Diamonds aren't nearly as rare as most people think, yet billions of people believe they're among the most valuable stones on Earth. Why? Because for over a century, one company convinced the world that diamonds were scarce, precious, and the only acceptable symbol of true love. It wasn't just mining, it wasn't just business. It was one of the most successful marketing campaigns in human history. A campaign so powerful that it changed how people propose, how people measure wealth, and even how people define romance. This is the story of how diamonds became priceless. For thousands of years, diamonds truly were rare. Small quantities were found mainly in India. Kings collected them. Royal families displayed them. Most ordinary people would never even see one. Because supplies were limited, diamonds naturally became symbols of wealth and power. But everything changed in the late 1800s. Massive diamond deposits were discovered in southern Africa. The discoveries were astonishing. Suddenly, miners weren't finding a few diamonds. They were finding enormous quantities. If supply and demand had been allowed to work naturally, diamond prices should have collapsed. The market was flooded. Diamonds should have become common. Instead, the opposite happened. One company saw an opportunity: De Beers. Instead of competing with other miners, the company gradually gained control over much of the world's diamond production. Their strategy was simple: control the supply. If too many diamonds reached the market, prices would fall. So fewer diamonds were released than were actually mined. Large stockpiles were stored away. The public rarely saw how many diamonds actually existed. Artificial scarcity helped maintain high prices. It wasn't that diamonds were disappearing, they were being carefully managed. For decades, this strategy allowed diamonds to remain expensive despite abundant supplies underground. It became one of the most powerful examples of market control in modern history. But controlling supply wasn't enough. There was another problem: people only bought diamonds occasionally. Most consumers had no reason to purchase them. If demand stayed low, the entire system could collapse. The company needed something much bigger. It didn't just need customers. It needed culture itself to change. People needed to believe that buying diamonds wasn't optional. It needed to become expected, normal, almost mandatory. So instead of selling gemstones, they decided to sell an idea. In the 1940s, an advertising agency created a slogan that would change history. A diamond is forever. 4 simple words, but they completely transformed public perception. The campaign wasn't focused on the quality of the stone or the craftsmanship. It focused on emotion, love, commitment, eternal relationships. Advertisements showed happy couples. Hollywood stars wore diamonds. Magazines promoted diamond engagement rings as symbols of true devotion. The message became incredibly powerful. If your love was forever, your diamond should be too. The campaign didn't simply advertise diamonds. It connected them to one of the strongest human emotions: love itself. Before this campaign, diamond engagement rings were far less common than many people assume. People proposed using many different types of rings. Some didn't use rings at all. There was no universal expectation. But after years of advertising, that changed dramatically. Buying a diamond engagement ring slowly became a social tradition. Eventually, many people stopped asking why. It simply became what people did. Generations grew up believing the tradition had existed forever, when in reality, much of it had been carefully encouraged through decades of marketing. One advertising campaign had reshaped marriage customs across much of the world. Another surprising fact about diamonds is resale value. Many people assume a diamond is an investment, but unlike gold, most diamonds lose significant value once purchased. The retail price includes marketing, distribution, and jewelry markups. Selling a diamond often returns far less than people expect, yet consumers continue paying premium prices. Why? Because the value isn't based only on the stone itself. It's based on perception, status, emotion, tradition, the belief that diamonds are special. And beliefs, when shared by millions, can become incredibly valuable. The campaign succeeded because it understood human psychology. People don't just buy objects, they buy meaning. A diamond isn't simply carbon, it's a promise, a memory, a celebration, a status symbol, a family heirloom. The advertisements didn't convince people to love diamonds. They convinced people that diamonds represented something deeper. And once an object becomes tied to identity, its value becomes far more difficult to question. That's why the campaign lasted for generations. It stopped being advertising. It became culture. Diamonds are beautiful. They're durable. They're remarkable natural crystals. But their extraordinary value wasn't created by geology alone. It was shaped by economics, by advertising, by psychology, and by one of the most successful marketing campaigns the world has ever seen. Today, millions of people still believe diamonds are exceptionally rare. Many still associate them with eternal love, not because nature decided they should, but because a powerful idea was repeated for decades until it felt like truth. Sometimes the most valuable thing being sold isn't the product, it's the story people believe about it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And what topic should we explore next? Let us know in the comments below.